Welcome back to OneStopTutorials.com. Let's keep on moving forward, and in this tutorial we're going to get this section done here, the whole of this content section here. Okay, now as you can see, what we got here is this is going to be the right section, okay, and we have a title here called Coffee Cake Recipe. Now this is really important. I can't express how important this actually is, okay. Anytime the first thing that you need to have, the first title that you have on your website needs to be your main keyword concept. Remembering that this whole website is about coffee cake recipe, I have to make sure that my first title on my website is coffee cake recipe. I also have to make sure that this coffee cake recipe is inside of an H1 tag, okay? This is where a lot of people go wrong. It's the way, it's like a rules of the web design is this coffee cake recipe, which is going to be my main keyword, has to be inside of an H1 tag. Okay, so that's really important. So let's get on with it, and let me show you what I mean. In this, what we need to do here is we need to add our H1 tag. Okay, we also need to format our text, and we also want to make sure that we put our little picture of an actual coffee cake inside of there. So let's get on with it, and let's get you guys and girls moving forward. This section here is inside of the div ID called write text. Okay, so let me just make a bit of space, and we need to make sure it's actually inside of the div called write text. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I mean about the title H1, and this is going to be our main concept, coffee cake recipe. Close out there. Make sure it's inside of H1 tags. Your main title, always get in the habit of putting inside H1s. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have some of that text. So let me grab the actual text tool here. In fact, no, let's grab some bigger section. Let's grab this section here. I'm just going to copy some text so we got some. I'll take that and I'll just keep duplicating. This is fictitious text for the time being. Next thing I want to do is I want to make sure this is inside of a P tag. So I'm going to put some text, some more text, and then I'm going to close the paragraph there. Okay, looking good. So there's our main H1 tag, there's our P text. Now what I want to do is I want to put in the actual image. Okay, we have a box here, so I need to make an actual, I can just make an ID for that. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put it here, div ID, and I'm going to call this cake underscore content. Call it whatever you want, remember, and I'm going to close that there, and that should be about it. Okay, let's get formatting this stuff, remembering that everything is inside of the right text. That's where we need to go in the style sheet. So right text, there it is there. Actually, what I'm going to do is Control X, Command X that out of there. I'm going to put it at the bottom, and I'm actually going to put a message. This is start write content, just to make just to make it good. Okay, so write text. Okay, there we have a float left, we have the width, and we have the height set to auto. So let's format the actual main heading one. So as it's inside of the right text, what do? That's right, we put it inside of the right text space H1. I think you guys and girls are getting professional at this now. Now this right text H1 is, let me just click on the text and see what it is. It is a Georgia, but I'm probably going to change that. No, I'm going to probably make that a Vadana. It's 28 pixels, probably make it less, and it is the color of 66666. Okay, so let's do that. So font family, I'm going to make this a Vadana. Okay, I'm going to do a font weight, and it's going to need to be bold. I'm going to want to make a font size, and I think I'm going to make it about 22 pixels. The color was that what was it, 66666. Okay, let's put some margin at the top and bottom of, let's say, 4 pixels, and right and left of 0 pixels, and I'm just going to specify padding 0 pixels. Okay, so that's the H1. I'm just going to copy this, Control or Command C, Control or Command V, I'm going to change this to the P tag. The P tag, I want pretty much the same stuff, but obviously the text is going to be smaller. It's not going to be bold, it's going to be normal. Okay, and I think I'm going to change this back to bog standard Arial. Anything else I want to do here? 4 pixels. I'll leave it as that for the time being. Let's have a look how we're looking. Okay, you can see the I might change from the actual heading 1 back to normal. Yep, that looks a bit better. Okay, now I need to actually stylize this this graphic here. Okay, I want it to be across to the right. Remembering in the actual Coffee Cake books we float it left. So what are we going to do with this image? We're going to float the baby right. Okay, so what did we name it? We named it div ID cake content that looks wrong. No, it looks right. So it's an ID, starts with a hash sign, cake underscore content, and let's get floating that baby to the right because we want it to be the right of the text. What else do we want to do with it? We can need the width and the actual height of the image. So if you come in with your marquee tool inside of Photoshop, just go around it, come to your info, and it will tell you 227 by 151. So the width is going to be 227 pixels and the height is, I'm just going to do it 150 just to be different. 150 pixels. We're going to need to have a bit of space to the right of it so it's not really against the actual side. So let's do margin, let's go back, margin right, and let's, I don't know, we don't need a lot, something like 10 pixels. Let's do some margin left, so it's actually given a bit of space between the text and the actual image. Margin left of, I don't know, 5 pixels. And I'm going to bring the background images in as well. Background URL and images, and I'm going to go to thumbnails because I think there it is, cake content, and I want to no repeat. Let's have a look. And the image is not come in, so we've done some, or I've done something wrong. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? There you go. No space after the hash sign. There you go. That was just a test. There she be. Look in that. Very sexy indeed. And yeah, that's great. Let's have a look. Preview this in the browser. Make sure it's not going mental. There's our little picture, and everything's looking tickety-boo, as they say. So, next tutorial, we're going to get into the recipe of the month, favorite coffee cake recipe of the month. We're probably just going to do 2 of these because I actually, realizing now I've actually built this in the wrong manner, in which that I should have made this to be one whole left content, and then this 2 to be one whole right content, because what I've done is I've made these 2 sections to be left and right, and I can't actually fit the 3rd one across now. So I have made a mistake, and we're going to improvise like Blue Peter. Here's one we made earlier. So I'm going to put a couple of these in, and I'm probably going to add some more affiliation down the side here. So in the next tutorial we're going to come in, recipe of the month, favorite coffee cake recipe of the month, and keep moving forward. Take it easy, guys and girls. Catch you at the next one-stop tutorials. Laters, everyone.